sometimes I think, how are people so mean to themselves?
You don't have that critic in your head.
I do. I have like, you know what? I have this fierce belief in possibility. And I've seen it myself, Sabina, by committing to what I'm going to do on a small scale and then it goes on a bigger scale. So if I tell myself, Yvonne, you're going to study law and you're going to become a lawyer. Well, I didn't get the points to study law. I didn't get into the college of my choice, but I still studied law in a different way and I still got into one of the top law firms. I wasn't going to give up.
Mhm.
So I feel like if I say I'm going to do something, I do it. Like this, like yesterday, I set my alarm for 5:15 to get up and go to the gym. It's like you need to start exercising, Yvonne. And what did I do? I snoozed it. That is the worst thing. So then this morning, when I set my alarm last night, I said, Yvonne, when that alarm goes off, you are out of the bed. I mean, you're not even allowed to think. And I said, you're making a commitment to yourself that you are going to exercise 4 times a week. You're not prioritizing your health. So I think you will create a fierce belief in yourself if you stick to the small goals. So the little small things like I'm going to get out of bed at 6
Mhm.
a.m. If you can't stick to the small goals, well, how are you going to run the marathon, launch the
Yeah,
business, start the
they're the
podcast?
steps. So your brain is brilliant at solving what we call inverse problems. So basically, you know, when you want to manifest your goal, you have a long-term goal.
Yeah.
And let's say it's that you want to get a six pack, you know, long-term goal. I see everybody on Instagram and, God, I'd love to have a six pack. Wouldn't that be fab? I'd be so happy if I had a six pack. That's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
so through visualizing yourself with the six pack, that's the end goal. So your brain then has to work backwards towards now, where you have a flabby tummy, and go, well, what do I need to do to get a six pack? And so you might do research and look into it and, okay, I'm going to have to change my diet. And if I have a date by which I want to have that six pack, well, then that means I'm going to have to go to the gym for 2.5 hours every day. And I'm going to have to do so many crunches and I'm going to have to change my diet. And I'm also going to have to do cardio. And this is where I think manifesting the visualization is really, really useful because it really does help you gain clarity. Because if you really, and manifesting kind of goes beyond the visual, it's literally imagine every detail of doing it. And when you do that, taking that example, that person who wants to have the six pack has to go, well, I have to go to the gym today. I work and that's 9 to 5. And then I have the kids and that would mean I'd have to get up at 4 in the morning. If I, do I want to do that? Or else I'd have to give up seeing my friends, such and such. And so the visualization gives you this sense of actually, much as I'd love to have a six pack, it's not the most important thing in the world to me. Actually, I really value spending time with my kids and I really value. So maybe what do I think I could commit to? You know what? I could commit to an hour, 4 days a week. So I'm going to work my plan on that. And my goal then is going to become I'm going to get, a healthy weight and I'm going to feel better about myself. May not have a six pack, but I'm happy with that because I'm good with the other stuff. So I think manifesting is just as valuable in terms of you discovering what you don't really want as actually getting, working your steps towards what you do want.
Yeah, and I totally agree with that. I think manifestation is almost like a discovery of oneself.